So Chris, obviously heartbreak there really, obviously leading, and we've lost 3-2 here. Just can you try and sum up how you're feeling right now?
Honestly, I don't think I can sum up how I'm feeling. But what I can say, I've just been in a dressing room with a very honest bunch of players, very hard-working bunch of players, a very dejected bunch of players that give everything tonight. And unfortunately, we've come out on the wrong side of a result. And to put it diplomatically, the honesty of the players on the wrong side of a very, very big decision that's had a huge impact on the game. I mean, trying to be respectful, but when there's a key moment in the game like that, you have to be 100% sure. You can't guess, and you certainly can't go on the reaction of a bunch of players trying to get back in the game. So, you know, I'd love to know other people's thoughts from the outside, but I've got, like I said, I've got a very honest bunch of players, and they've literally told me exactly what happened. I've just gone in and spoken to the referee, and he's described what he saw, and it doesn't marry up. Doesn't marry up. So, you know, we've come away from here with a defeat, and that's what it's going to read. You know, we come out with no points, and we have to accept that, but it's very, very difficult in the circumstances.
Obviously, we took the lead twice, and obviously Taylor gets sent off, shown a straight red card for an alleged handball. I mean, it's really difficult. It's in a crowded box. I mean, the fans are shouting for it, the players are shouting for it, but I don't see how a referee could have a clear vision of that. And obviously, he's given it, and that's impacted the game massively. And we've then gone on to lose 3-2 here at Wimborne.
Yeah, well, he said that he's got a clear view of it. You know, he's described what he's seen, and if that's what he's seen, then it's justified. But like I just said, I've been in with a bunch of my players that I trust wholeheartedly, and they're not the types of players to try and cover up any kind of mistake. They're very much a group of players that kind of take ownership over any mistake or error made during a game, and that's all you can hope that moving forward from this is that everyone has that attitude. You know, if someone's made a mistake, whoever it may be, wherever on the pitch, own it and try and learn from it. You know, and that's what we've got to do now. We've got to own the result. We've got to own the performance, which was outstanding, by the way. We've come here off the back of a tough weekend. More reinforcements, a stronger squad in terms of numbers as well as personnel, and we took the game to the opposition. We knew it was going to be a physical game, and we knew that at times we'd be able to play some good football, some flowing movements, and we caused them a lot of problems. And we're really clinical in front of goal tonight. We're causing problems from set pieces, and it's great to see us kind of be that resilient with our defending of set pieces as well. So, and a really encouraging game. We get to a position in the game where we just have to rely on officials being true and fair. And it's a very bitter taste in our mouths tonight.
Obviously, a little positive. Obviously, another 2 goals on the road. James Watts, Barciello or Tyler. We weren't really sure in the commentary box who got the final touch, but that's a goal from them. And then just positive to take on to Yatetown.
Yeah, I mean, that's all we can do. Just said there to the players that there's not a great deal of words that I can say to rally the troops. It's a case of us now. All we can affect is what comes next. We can refuel, we can rest and try and prepare properly for the weekend. And all tonight's given us is more and more fuel to be even more more aggressive in our approach to the next game. And I wholeheartedly trust this group of players, and that's the thing is when they perform like that and they don't come out with the result that they deserve, and it's not the opposition that's punished us. That's the hardest thing to accept tonight.
Obviously, we had a new face on the bench today. Can you tell us a little bit more about him?
Yeah, so Ollie Hughes has joined us from, he's on dual registration from Yeovil. He's a lad that I know very, very well from his younger days. He's a bright, very talented technical player, and it gives us reinforcements for the squad. And if he's available to us, and we can draw on his expertise. In terms of tonight, we felt that the team that were performing at a good level. It was a very physical game, and no doubt in the future there'll be opportunities for him to get on the pitch and show everybody what he's all about. But he's got huge potential, and he's got great talent. He's developed massively over the last couple of years, and to be on the bench for Yeovil, it gives an example of how highly they rate him. And we're grateful for their cooperation to have him dual registered and potentially be a part of our future moving forward.
Yeah. Just a bit about the substitutions in the games with Mikey coming off. Was that an injury or was that a tactical substitution?
Yeah, well, Mikey mentioned that his calf was getting a little bit tight, and obviously he's had a little bit of a flare up with injuries. But it was a game where everyone put everything into the game. And as the game starts to wear down, the body it's taking its toll on players' bodies, and Jacob covered a huge amount of ground as well, so he was cramping up. But it was a case of we need to make sure that we bring him off so it doesn't flare up into anything worse. So it was just more of a protection for him, but also it gave us an opportunity to tweak our shape a little bit and kind of give the opposition different types of problems, because we never tend to do a like for like swap. It's more of a little bit of a tweak to how we want to play and exploit potential areas in the pitch, and it gives players an opportunity to impact the game. And we have players on the bench that can impact the game, and that's the great thing about us compared to last Saturday, for example. We didn't have those resources to draw upon, so a good impact from the guys coming off the bench today.
Mm-hmm. And just finally, just a little bit on the fans. Obviously, we've had 2 away games back to back, got a third one on Saturday. Just a little bit about them and their support for us.
Well, they're superb. We hear them throughout the game, and even despite the fact that they're in regards to the home fans, they're a relatively small group, but they're always vocal. They're massively supported. They love this club to bits, and we appreciate them travelling. Was it 500-mile round trip on Saturday? Obviously tonight at the end of a working day, and then we go again 3 on the spin to Yate on Saturday. And they've got true belief in this team, and we value their support. And without them, we wouldn't be here. So we're grateful to them, and that them being here and the effort they've put in over the last 2 or 3 games, but all the way through the season as well at home. We need to repay those guys, and that gives us additional belief and desire to put things right on Saturday and turn up to Yate with a real rejuvenated kind of approach and even more desire to make sure we get those 3 points.